There's my best friend. How are you today, buddy?
Great.
We're going to do the intro and then
Sure.
I'm going to tell everyone who our guest is today. I'm very excited for this show. Let's get after
Okay.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Scream like people. Don't stop believing. Hold on. Scream like people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
Bud, who is our special guest today? Big guest.
Well, we have Mr. Ty Halpin. He's the NCAA Director of Division One football.
I seriously can't believe that you're going to have the director of NCAA Division One football on your show today. That's amazing.
Yep.
What can you tell me about him?
Well, um, he's worked with football, men's basketball, men's lacrosse, and ice hockey.
Okay,
He's a Kentucky graduate.
nice.
He is currently the NCAA Division Director of Division One football.
Okay,
He supports these committees: the Division One Rules Committee, Football Rules Committee. He looks at the stats, trends, injury data, surveys, and videos to discuss rule changes.
okay. So that's one of the committees that he works with. Okay,
Yep,
what
one
other
of the
committees?
two.
Yeah.
Um, he's the Division One Football Oversight Committee. He's in charge of recruiting recruiting rules, practice restrictions, and COVID safety.
So he supports the D1 football oversight committee too. So as director of Division One football, he works with that committee also. All right. What else do you know?
He also helps manage a good relationship with bowl game operators to make sure the football teams have a good experience and the players.
Okay. Awesome. That's pretty great. I know a couple things. Would you like to hear them?
Sure.
For one thing, he grew up maybe 5 to 10 minutes from where I grew up and went to high school. That's one thing. And I know that when he was growing up that he enjoyed playing baseball, hockey, tennis, and also eventually got into some golf too. So I actually played a little tennis when I was in high school too. I think I was told by, I'll say it right now, his older sister, who I used to play indoor soccer with, that he played tennis his senior year of high school, which is pretty cool. I played my junior year for the first time. So that's pretty cool. I might have to ask him about that. So when he gets here, we're going to let him in. My question is, what do you have for memorabilia minute today?
Well, since we have the director of Division One football, um, I might as well have this Kansas State football backpack keychain I have up there. I had up there. It's right over there.
That's pretty awesome. That is
Yep.
pretty awesome. This is, I know, your favorite time of the year. It is my
Yes.
favorite time of the year. And I can't tell you how exciting it is to have a son who loves March Madness as much as I do. Um, for your watch list, what are some things that we should be looking at that's this week? Why is this week so big? What's happening this week?
We have all the conference tournament finals on Sunday and selection Sunday at 8. Uh or at night after all the games because once you win your conference tournament, you get into the tournament.
Yeah, the automatic bids will be given out, and that's one of the things that makes this week so exciting, is that you do have automatic bids. And I know that we were watching some last night. We were rooting for, and I know that Mr. Halpin can't root for teams because he's with the NCAA, but I know you and I were rooting for Georgia State, because
Yeah.
we know Coach over there, and we also have a connection with App State too. So that was a tough one, but both teams played really hard. It was tough, and then the ending of that Oral Roberts game was pretty crazy too, huh?
Oh yeah, buzzer beater.
Yeah. So there's a lot of awesomeness going on. Now, I do have a clip that I'd like to show because one of the things, as you said earlier, that Mr. Halpin helps with is relationships with bowl games. And I have a clip of a former bowl game that I'd like to play for a minute or two so people can sort of get a feel for how many people are there and just refresh people's memory, because with COVID, we didn't get that sense of, what the games are really like this year. And sometimes people forget like what a full stadium feels like and the atmosphere and everything that goes in. So let me share screen real quick. Boop. Get out of that. And we're going to go to the Sugar Bowl from last year. Here we go.
1,000-yard rushers again. We talked to Tom Herman, the Texas coach, now in year 2. He described the season as progress. It would be a big win to get the 10th win of the season tonight, win a New Year's 6 bowl game. They have a hard time running the ball. They do it through the air, and they have an excellent duo of wide receivers.
Yeah, and they're big, and that's the thing. The matchups that these two guys create on opposing defenses is because of their size. They're both well over 6'4". Lil Jordan Humphrey is a slot receiver. He's very physical. He's the leading receiver, 79 catches, 9 touchdowns. Very physical after the catch, and when he's on the inside, he gets matched up with linebackers and safeties a lot. On the outside, Colin Johnson is even taller at 6'6", and when he's going against cornerbacks, he does a great job of using his body to shield the defender away from the football. Sam Ehlinger, the quarterback, one of the best things he does is he trusts these guys, and he will throw the football up and give them opportunities to make plays.
The Georgia Bulldogs, the Texas Longhorns, and the kickoff from New Orleans right after this.
And there's Mr. Halpin. Welcome. We just gave you a nice intro, and we showed a little bit of last year's Sugar Bowl to get a feel. Zane was mentioning that some of your job responsibilities are making sure the bowl stuff goes smoothly. So just so people can get a feel for what it used to be like.
Exactly.
Welcome, and I'll let Zane sort of take it away. Thanks for spending time. Go ahead, buddy.
Hi, Mr. Halpin. Thanks for being on my show, 3QZ. You ready for my questions?
I'm ready to go, Zane. Glad you're doing this, buddy.
Okay, for my first question. Are you talking about changing the pass interference rule for college because it's only 15 yards?
Yeah, good question, Zane. That has actually been on the agenda a few times. We've looked at it back and forth. I don't think it's going to pass this year to adjust it. We kind of like the way it is for college. Different skill levels, certainly at the NFL, that makes them like their rule. And it's interesting, Zane. We meet with the NFL as well periodically throughout the year. And just met with them this week as well, and they were talking about pass interference. So they have some concerns actually about some of the calls that kind of both players are battling for position, and a couple calls kind of went against the defense, and sometimes they don't feel like that's fair. So I'm not going to speak for them, but I think you might see a little bit of a different interpretation next year with them. So it's pretty interesting, but I don't think we're going to change that rule in college.
Okay. For my second question, do you think players should wear a mask at all time on the fields and sidelines?
Yeah, good question, Zane. I think we've learned a lot, as everybody has, with COVID protocols and what maybe is really important, necessary for to stop the spread. And now that we're kind of, I think we all hopefully see the light at the end of the tunnel here. We still want to be very careful. We have not had any, and this is not just football, but we have not had any college spread of COVID that's been documented during competition. So I think what we've learned is that testing as much as you can and good behavior, making sure you're being very careful and staying 6 feet away from one another before you get to the field and before you get on the court is really important. And that's been I think we found that's been actually more important than just the mask by itself. It's if you've worn a mask, which I know you probably have, it's very hard to think about running very long distance, working out, doing any of that stuff with a mask on. Most of the masks that I think our kids are able to get. So it's not really, it's just not practical if we're going to play. So we do recommend that people, when they come to the sideline, that they put a mask on. But again, the testing and the protocols that our teams have used, I think, have been a bigger factor than just the mask itself. We would want them to, if given the choice, put a mask on when they get to the sideline. Not so much for the teammates, but there's other people around that you don't know if they've been tested as well. But yeah, it's gone pretty well. We've been pretty happy with the way things have gone.
Okay. So I've tried running with a mask on, or biking with a mask up once or twice, and it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
So I understand that. For my third question, how do you make sure teams have fun at their bowl games, and what exactly do you check on?
Yeah, good question. So one of the things that the bowl games are a little bit different for us. Most of our other, like March Madness, you're going to see, and any other sports that we have 90 championships that we actually run at the NCAA. So 3 divisions and a lot of really interesting, great competition across the board. And we run those out of our Indianapolis office. We put the protocols together, kind of what we expect of the teams. The bowl games are actually under the kind of joint supervision of our office and our conferences. So, the ACC, for the Syracuse fans out there, they kind of negotiate with different bowl games, think about places that, the ACC fans might want to go. And then we kind of certify the bowls. So we make sure that that they're going to provide a good hotel opportunity, decent place to spend with their teams, give them support to find food options, that kind of thing, and have some fun too. The kids will, this is an odd year, but in most normal years, they'll go and practice for a week and hopefully somewhere warm and have some fun. So the kids are, allowed to do that once in a while. And certainly that's a benefit of having a good year in football. So we verify that they're providing a good experience for them. A couple things we do make sure that we're careful about is the sponsors of the bowl games. So we wouldn't want a sponsor to be like a company that might provide something that isn't kind of what college athletics is about. So, for example, a gambling company, we wouldn't allow that, that kind of thing. So anyway, we protect the bowl games themselves, and then make sure that the teams have a good experience. And then we ask the teams after the bowl game, how was it? What was it like? What would you change? And it helps the bowl operators do better the next time too.
Okay. For my bonus question.
Bonus question. Here we go.
How was it going to Kentucky basketball games in college? And why do you think they're having such a difficult season?
Man, that is a tough question. That's two questions actually. But so it was amazing to go to Kentucky for school. I'm very proud of my alma mater. The experience I had there was unbelievable. 24,000 people at Rupp Arena every game. As a student, I got to sit down low, which was great. And we had some awesome teams when I was there and won the national championship my senior year, beating Syracuse actually. But the experience and the support there is a lot like, I'm a huge Bills fan, a lot like Bills Mafia, for sure. So I fit right in when I went there. I was a Syracuse fan growing up, but they're my second team now. So it was awesome. I think there's a lot of reasons why they're not having a typical Kentucky year, and sometimes that's how it goes in sports. I will say the pieces they have, the different players, all seem to be pretty high level guys, but sometimes it just doesn't fit well together. And they've tried different combinations. They have been playing better the last couple of weeks, so who knows? Maybe they can finally put it together and go on a run. But I think it's a good lesson that you got to keep trying different combinations to find something that works. This has been a weird time for everybody. North Carolina, Duke, other teams that usually are very good are probably not going to make the tournament this year. So probably COVID had something to do with the amount of time they're able to spend with the guys and get ready. But, they're a talented team. They just haven't played very well together.
Dad, I think you have a question.
Well, I do. You mentioned your alma mater. You want to give a shout out since you're a Section 5 guy like the two of us here? You want to give a shout out to your alma mater and tell Zane who your big rival was in high school? What high school was your big rival?
Yeah, Brockport High School, the Blue Devils, awesome. Hockey was a big part of my life growing up, and baseball, and played a little bit of tennis as well. But it was a great place to grow up, to go to high school. In hockey, actually, Greece was our big rival. If for those that remember the early Section 5 days, Greece only had one hockey team. So
I know
they
combined all those schools for one team.
Exactly. So they were kind of the team we wanted to beat or wanted to get aspire to, sort of. And we did beat them once at Lakeshore, which was a great win for us. And but anyway, the hockey experience and high school hockey, I know, has continued to grow up there, and that's been great. I wish I'd give anything to go back and have those days over, but we won the Class B sectional my junior year, and had a blast. It was great.
You never forget that. That's for sure. So I got one other question for you. You obviously know that I used to play indoor soccer many years ago with your sister, and she was awesome. She would just run over anyone for the ball. How good was your sister back in the day?
Yeah, she probably didn't get the credit she deserved, because she went on and played college soccer. And they called her the Bone Crusher. That was her nickname. So she got you too. And I was on the receiving end of a lot of those in the backyard for sure. But she once she gets something in her mind, she doesn't quit until she accomplishes it. So yeah, she Brockport soccer is a great school for that too. And our girls team was always really, really strong, and she was a big part of that. So, yeah, very proud of her.
It's an awesome sports community, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to do a shout out to also. I appreciate you taking time. I know you got a lot going on. This is such a crazy year for athletics, and just sort of learning on the fly and everyone's doing the best they can. And it's good to see that people were able to get back out there and compete, because it's difficult for everyone right now. Zane, did you have anything else that you want to ask, or would you like to say your goodbyes and thank yous?
Yep. Thanks for being on the show and spending time with me.
Hey, Zane, you're welcome, buddy. Really, you should be proud that you're doing this, and awesome to spend some time with your dad this way too.
Thanks, Ty. And if we get to Indianapolis, we're stopping by.
Come on by. We'll be glad to see you.
We'll bring you a garbage plate.
Oh, now you're talking.
All right, buddy. Take care. Thanks.
Have a good day.
Bye.
All right. That was fantastic.
He was fantastic.
5 guy, yeah. That's a lot of responsibility. He worked his way up for years, and now he's got position to make sure everything runs smoothly for Division I football.
Yep. Well,
Great interview.
another great show.
Yeah, I got one more thing I'd like to ask you. I know we didn't talk about it when we were practicing for our show today, but
Nope.
you have a couple teams that you think could make a pretty good run in the NCAA men's basketball tournament this year. If you had to pick a couple teams that you think could win it all, not necessarily who you'd like to see win it all, but who you think could win it all,
Well,
those teams would be.
you're turning the tables on me, first of all.
I know, sorry.
And I am going to say who could make a run and who I think will win it all. So I think they're the only team undefeated right now, Gonzaga.
Yeah,
I think
they're
they could
looking
win
really
it
good.
all. And Loyola Chicago won their conference championship this year. So I think they could make another run.
I tell you what, with Sister Jean, anything can happen. God bless her. Sister, could you imagine if we try to get Sister Jean on the show? I don't even know if that's possible. I'm going to try, though. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to try to get Sister Jean as one of our guests. What do you think?
That would be great.
Scarf? That'd be an amazing show. Besides Gonzaga, anyone else?
Maybe Baylor.
They look really good. They only lost one game, and that was because they had to take, I think it was like 2 weeks off because of COVID. So overall, I think, though, you're looking at a strong field, but there's a lot of Big Ten teams that are going to be in this March Madness tournament.
Go Wisconsin.
Love the Badgers. We love them. Coach Gard.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely weren't happy with some of the stuff that went on at the end of the Iowa game. Thought Wisconsin didn't get the
They got robbed.
well, sometimes it happens. That's why they review stuff.
Yeah.
Review stuff. So, but it was an awesome game to watch, very exciting, and the kids played hard, and that's what you want.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Another great show. Take it away, and then we've got your song.
Thanks for watching 3QZ. As Jimmy Valvano said, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Bye.
And you don't. You never do, bud.
I don't.
Mr. Halpin from the NCAA Men's Division I Football. He is a director. Awesome. Section 5 represented. Broadport represented. Buddy, I love you. Great show.
Bye.
Keep it up, all right? Love you. See ya.